Hey everyone, welcome to the session of time series. In this session of time series, we will be talking about date range parameter. And if you guys have not seen my previous video on date time index, I'll highly recommend you to watch it first. So in this session, we will be dealing with Facebook stock data. So just Google Facebook stock data and go to this link, and you will get a historical data of the month of March. I have taken the data for the month of March. I'll be dealing with that, and click apply and download your data. And after you download your data, you will get a CSV file, something like this. Okay, so this will have your date, your open, high, low, close and volume column. Now say for some reason that you don't have your date column, you only have these four, your date column is missing in your data. So how do you deal with missing dates? So dates are very important feature for your time series analysis. So when dates column were given, it was much easier for us to deal with all kinds of dates. But what if in this data set we don't have our date column? So our date range becomes very handy in this. So let's get started. And as you can see, I have already imported pandas and the data set of Facebook. So let's see our data set. So here is our data set, and now let's say that you don't have access to the dates, so but you remember the starting and the ending date of your data. So you can always say that the range of your dates will be in between pd dot date range, and you want your start parameter, that is your start date, you want it as 1st of March. Okay, so you want it in 1st of March, and your end date should be 31st March. All right. And then comes another parameter, that is your frequency. So what this frequency is, you apply this for B. B stands for business days. So business days is your weekdays. That is, business day doesn't include your weekends, Saturdays and Sundays. As you can see, we have 1st of March here, date time index, and we are missing 2nd and 3rd, and that must be a Saturday and Sunday. So to verify that, let's quickly check in the calendar. So you can see the 2nd and 3rd is your Saturday and Sunday. That's why it's missing from the data. So as you know that on weekends, Saturday, Sunday, stocks don't trade. That's why they have no data for your weekend. Now let's plot your open and close values. Let's see what we have in our data. So we have FB is your name of your data set dot close dot plot. Okay, so here is your plot. Now you can see that on the x-axis you are not having a date, rather it is giving you some other indexes which are evenly distributed. So in order to put your dates on the x-axis, let's set up the index for the date. So you say fp dot set index, and you want your index to be the date. That is, we have seen above the range. We have your dates in this range variable, so we'll pass that range in this, and you need to apply this in place parameter, otherwise it will generate another data frame. Okay, and let's call your data set now. Alright, now you can see that your dates are set as your indexes. Okay, so now when you will plot this fp dot close that we were trying to plot earlier, this will have a much greater idea. See, this is now applying the dates starting from March till the end of the March. Okay, so moving on, like I told you that the stocks don't trade on weekends. So you can see in this data set that 1st of March was a Friday, but 2nd and 3rd was Saturday and Sunday, and 4th was this value 163. So let's say that you want your weekends also to be included and the value to be copied as previously. For example, you want 2nd of March for the open value to be the same as of this 162.6. So how can you do that? We have another feature which will help us to do as fp dot as frequency. So as frequency column, you need to pass that you need to have all the days. Okay, and you need to pass the method of padding. So what this does is, now you can see that earlier we were not having the data for 2nd and 3rd March. Now in this table it is showing the data for 2nd and 3rd March, which it has copied it from its previous day, that is 1st of March, and we have all the dates now for 2nd, 3rd. No single date is missing in this data set. Okay, so if you want to segregate these values on the basis of week, you can also say that fb dot as frequency, and this time you doesn't want days but you want week, so w for week, and the method is same as for padding. So let's see this. So this will generate you 4 week dates, that is in a month. We are dealing with the month of March. So this is your 3rd March, 10th March, 17th March, 24th March. Okay. Similarly, if you want to deal with hourly basis, so you'll apply h, and the method is same as padding. So this will pull out your report on the basis of each hour starting from 1st of March, that is R1, 2, 3 and so on. Each hour report is available to us. Okay, so this is where your date range parameter becomes very handy. Like you were not having the dates column in the original data set, so date range will allow you to generate your missing dates. Okay, so on the concluding part, let's do some data analysis, guys. So let's plot some values, and for plotting you need matplotlib. So let's import matplotlib dot pyplot as plt, and let's call our function of matplotlib inline. If you are new to matplotlib, I'll recommend you to watch my tutorials on matplotlib. Now let's plot a value between the columns of high and low. We want these two values, these two variables, high and low, in our graphs. So let's say plt dot plot, and on the x-axis you want your dates, that is in your range variable, and on the y-axis you want your high. So you say the name of your data set, that is fb, and the name of the column is high. Okay, yeah, let's label your values as well, guys, and label is high. Okay, similarly plt dot plot, you want x-axis to be the dates, and you want your column of close with label close. Okay, so as you know, this label parameter works only with plt dot legend, let's call that, and here is our graph. Okay, so now you can see there is a mess of dates here which you can deal with plt dot xticks method, and you rotate your dates by an angle of 45 degree. So this is your graph. The blue line represents the high parameters and the orange is the. Seems like Facebook has seen a dip in its stock market data around 17th of March, between 13th to 17th. So let's check out, guys. Let's now check out the columns between open and close columns. So say plt dot plot and apply your range, and fp dot open with label is equal to open, and let's say plt dot plot with range, fp dot close column to see with label close, and plt dot legend. Okay, so we have a graph between open and close, and similarly you will choose plt dot xticks, okay, with a rotation of 45. So yes, guys, as you can see, around the date of 13th March and in between 17th March, Facebook stock data has seen quite a serious dip, as the graph suggests. Okay, and if you want to locate these things in a very serious manner, you can say call the grid method, so that you can plot these values very efficiently. Now it looks much efficient. Okay, so that was it, guys. This is your date range tutorial on your time series analysis, and I'll be continuing much more ahead with time series analysis, so stay tuned. And in the meanwhile, if you've liked the video, please subscribe the channel, and I'll see you soon. Thank you.